So Nupur, I wanted to put this recording together so you can tell us and some of my students about the experience of middle college. I've had experience with students having a very hard time trying to get to even community college or for that matter, middle college. And that is something which is definitely lacking in the community, the knowledge of how to go about it. And obviously, like you went through interviews and quite a few different processes to make it happen. So it'll be good if Nupur, the 4 months ago, Nupur could talk to the Nupur of today and put like your experiences in the process. Like you guys came to my office, what, like 6 months ago, saying you're on your way to community college, you're going to figure something out. And clearly you made a change in the year. So it'll be good if you can get started, give us some perspective on that. And then Nupur, you can come in with the expert perspective on how it changed for you. Go ahead.
So first I'll start with that, right? I mean, one thing is, like when we started talking to you, right? I mean, one thing that really helped us there, right, is actually, I mean, first of all, like you get confused, right? That's the number one thing. And again, we started, we know that like we started pretty late thinking about it, but then my style is really, about letting them figure out than me kind of, being on like, kind of pushing them really hard. And I think, sometimes I feel that I'm too lenient, but I'm happy with the final outcome actually, and it could have gone both way, right? But then Nupur again, the guy, I think she just figures out things out by herself. But I think after talking to you, right? I mean that's because here's the thing, right? I mean I think in her mind, right? She has been talking to different. She has very good network. So she networked with her seniors also. So seniors who are now in college, right? So she's still connected with them. So I think she's very good with networking. Right, that's number one thing. But so she had a lot of context. So she was, I think, from her mind that she was clear. But me and Mayuri, we didn't know exactly. Like we were not feeling that comfortable, right, about community college and whatnot. But again, we talked to you, and again, you gave us some perspective, and then after that, we talked to a few other folks. And then, it really helped. So after talking to you, of course, it kind of said, okay, first of all, there are many options, right? Because you feel that, hey, you know what? Like it is like, oh, you have such a short time and you had to do so many things, and how do you know what the right thing to do? And for Nupur also, right, it was that. I mean, we know that, she's the kind of person who would not just do something unless she really likes it or wants to do it. So that part, right, I always understood when she explained me that why she wants to go to community college. And again, this whole middle college, right, is something that where actually she really wanted to get that experience, like college experience sooner than later, right? And then before she gets into the bigger university. And I think that's, so it was that, right, when we talked to you and we also met you in person and we had some really good conversation that time. And, what happens a lot of times, this kind of conversations, even though that time we said, okay, let's focus on just community college and we didn't actually really, get into your full course, but of course, you were gracious enough to kind of, still like send us all the resources. But really, what happens when we talk to somebody, right, like you, and then it helps you clear your mind, right? And I think that definitely, personally, it really helped me from that perspective.
Let's take Nupur's perspective. Nupur, I want you to think about this.
Yeah. Why don't you actually?
No, the question is really around, like you're going to go to middle college. Great. But 8 months ago, 7 months ago, you were quite confused. You had a situation where you were like, high school is not cutting it for me. Before that, you talked to me about what to do pre-med. Then you came around, you took an about turn and you're like, I'm going to do computer science. And then I heard from dad, you want to go to community college. And then now you've come to middle college. So do you want to walk us through that part of the journey, how you kind of transitioned from where you were like, high school is not exactly cutting it, traditional high school for me, and what did you do about it?
So I had a friend last year who West Valley has two programs. They're a little bit different than each other. The first one is middle college and the other one's college advantage. And so I had a friend who got into the college advantage program, and so she kind of had so basically the whole thing at middle college is you're still like a student at high school, but you're taking all of your classes at the local community college. And after all my friends last year who left, they were all seniors. And so when they all left, I kind of didn't have a lot of friends. And I kind of realized like, okay, well, if I'm not really like, I know during like the beginning of my junior year, I didn't exactly enjoy it because I had a hard time finding friends. So I was like, I guess I could try out this program, see how it goes, especially after I decided that I wanted to like go to community college in the first place. So I realized like if I do this program, then I can start doing my GEs and stuff like that. And kind of just like because like with AP classes, you're not like guaranteed college credit, like you know what I mean? Depends on what you grade at. Yeah. And so with community college, I'm taking these classes, I'm guaranteed college credit, and it will definitely like help me transfer within 2 years if I plan accordingly.
Perfect.
So yeah.
But that is the route where, so there are students who take the, I don't know if you know about the California high school proficiency test.
Yeah.
There are students who completely give up high school. They still stay connected to their local high school, but they take all classes after the age of 16. Is that what you had to do as well? Did you take the high school proficiency test?
No.
So middle school is a different route. It's different from that route where you take all classes at community college versus dual enrollment versus concurrent enrollment versus middle college, right?
So with the high school like proficiency test, you're like basically passing all of your classes already, and you're getting like that little certificate, I guess, that says that you completed. But with middle college, you still have to take your classes to graduate. So like I know at our high school, like juniors have to take classes like physics, and then they have to take like physics, and that's like the main one that you have to take, like that's one of your requirements. And so if you're at middle college, you still have to take physics. They have a counselor between the district and middle college, like your high school district and the middle college, and they're making sure that you're taking all of the classes that you need to take to graduate on time.
Okay, sounds good. And how long is this program going to be now? At the middle college program, is this 2 years from where you've picked up now, which is you were an 11th grader, now going a rising 12th grader, right? A rising senior. So is this a 2-year program, middle college, or what is it?
So because I joined as a senior, it's just going to be my senior year. But if you joined if you did it during your sophomore, if you filled out the application during your sophomore year and you got in, then you would do your junior year, and you could potentially do your senior year.
So at the end of this senior year, you would have 30 credits, which will transfer to community college?
No, so they actually max you out at 11 credits. You're not allowed to take more than that. And so with middle college, I don't know how other programs do this, but they have 2 teachers specifically for the juniors and the seniors. And those 2 teachers, one of them teaches history and gov econ, and the other one teaches English. And so you're required to take those 2 classes. And then you're allowed to take like 2 to 3 other classes that you want to take. So you're really getting only about like maxed out 11 credits per semester. And because they have like the summer, like fall, winter, and spring semester, you can have like 11 credits for each, but the winter semester is only like a month. So people usually don't do classes then.
So at the end of this process, you will still go to college as a freshman, not as a junior year transfer.
So I'm still gonna go to community college afterwards. So I'm still gonna be like technically like a freshman there, but I'm still gonna have like my credits from beforehand. But if I was like going to a university, then they'd help me transfer those like 20 something credits over.
But these credits will transfer over to community. So it's possible that you will finish community college.
No, so these are community college.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But these are being held in middle college. They're going to give you community college credits.
So, no, so the 3 classes that you take outside. Those are with the college. Those are on your own. They are the community college classes. So basically, you're like a college student. Like you're taking those classes. They're not gonna transfer over. They're gonna be there the next year because it's like you know what I mean.
I got it. So are you applying for a AA degree or an AS, or what would you get at community at the end of this process?
So I'm pretty sure to get an associate's degree, you need 60 credits. Obviously, I'm not gonna get that. So there are some people who like when they apply their junior, like they get in their junior year, and by the end of their senior year, they have 60 credits. They can get an associate's degree. So there are people that graduate with a high school and associate's degree. But obviously, I'm not gonna be able to take that because I'm gonna be a
Not a
senior.
little later.
Yeah.
But
So
you will go halfway through, though. You would have certain credits enough for you to finish you literally would have, is it fair to say you would go into second year of associate degree? Because associate degree is 2 years.
yeah. So you would go, and it's like 60 credits, so like depending on what you
Right.
did, stuff like that.
So that's, I think, the big advantage point, like as I see in this conversation, is that you're getting guaranteed credits, which are community college credits, and you are going to be able to finish community college in less time. It could be less by a year. If you had started in 10th grade or 11th grade, would have been completely, you could be bypassed completely, which is a great way, right? I mean, 2 years of you saved 2 years of community college, and B, you've gone into junior year directly at a university, whichever university you would choose to go to. So that clarifies quite a bit of this thing. So walk us through, Nupur, the process at Middle College, like what all was involved.
Yeah. Also, like something I wanted to note, it's fully funded, so they pay for all your textbooks and stuff like that. They like in the English teacher's classroom has a reimbursement form, so you fill that out for your textbooks, whatever you need for your class, and they'll give you all your money back. So that's like a super.
While we're talking about money, then I mean, how much does it cost to go to Middle College?
It's free.
No.
It's free. You don't have to pay anything.
So at community college, you would pay. You would pay, like if you went to community directly after college, after high school, you would pay $7,000-8,000 or whatever per year.
Actually, the West Valley specifically, they have 2 years tuition free. And so if you fill out your FAFSA form right and stuff like that, it's 2 years tuition free.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's good to know. Oh, all right. Cool. Okay. But go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, a lot of people don't know about the program, and I think they kind of like to keep it that way because of all the interviews they have to do. I know that's something that the dean of enrollment like mentioned to me when I was with an interview with him. And the process kind of started in January.
Yeah.
And we went to during study hall, there was an information meeting where like the counselor between the two districts came, and the counselor came, and then the English teacher and history teacher came, along with two students to kind of like share what it is and stuff like that. In February, they had the parent like meeting night, and they basically went through this entire slideshow of what it was going to be, the application process. And for the application, I think you only have 2 weeks to do it, and it opens in like March. And so they opened the application in March, and basically it's just a couple short response questions. And there's like an essay you have to write based on the short story for one of the programs. And you need letters. I believe you need, hold on, let me check. I believe you need letters of recommendations, but
the interview, letter of recommendation, and did you write any essays as well?
Yeah, so for the middle college program, they gave you like a short story, and you had to do like an essay about that.
Oh, so it's an analysis. It's not like a personal essay. It's basically
it's like a short story. Yeah. And so you're supposed to, for middle college, you're supposed to have you have to have a 2.8 GPA. So you need 3 letters of recommendation, 2 from a teacher, 1 from a counselor. You need the essay. you need a sample of like a recently graded English essay.
Yeah.
And then you need like some required documents like proof of residency, and like if you have like a 504 plan, like proof of that, and stuff like that. So you need to submit all of that within like the 2 weeks that you had. And so then in April, a couple weeks later, they send you like an email for when your interview slot is going to be. And it was a Zoom interview. They're still doing Zoom interviews, so it was on Zoom. And basically they just ask you, it was really short. It was like 10 minutes, I think. And basically they just they ask you some questions about like the program. They did say in the email that they sent to have your essay open so they could ask some questions about that. They never asked me any questions about mine, but yeah, I actually know I did have a friend who also applied to the program, but he applied to College Advantage, and they didn't even ask him for an interview. They just let him in. And
what's the difference, Nupur, between College Advantage and the college program?
So middle college, you need a 2.8 GPA, and College Advantage, you need a 3.8. I was really close to the 3.8. I had like a 3.71, but they were like that, like, you can't do that. But I think like the one advantage of doing middle college over College Advantage is if you're in College Advantage, they still max you out 11 credits, but you still have to take your English, your history, and like physics if you're a junior. So that kind of like already maxes you out at 11 credits. You don't really have time to take other classes that you want. So with middle college, the 2 classes that I take with the teachers there, they don't count towards my 11 credits. So I still have the opportunity to take like 2 to 3 other classes that I want.
Why would you want to take classes which don't count towards your credit?
So like they do count, obviously they go onto your transcript and stuff, but because they max you out at 11 credits and you're in College Advantage, you can't really take like outside, like because you're maxed out 11 credits, you can't really take like a math class necessarily if you wanted to, because you have to fulfill these requirements to graduate. So
related question. So 11 credits per year. If a student came in as a rising
per semester or per year?
Per semester.
It's per semester.
Per semester. Okay, so you can get 22 in the year.
Can get 22 in a year. Yeah.
Actually, so I know they also have a winter semester and a summer semester, so you're allowed to take classes then, but they're relatively short, so it really depends.
Even if you land up picking up like 8 credits, you could land up picking up 30 credits in junior year, 30 in senior year, and that makes the math correct, because you could actually jump directly to college. I think the biggest thing, Nupur, that I walk away from this, and what I want the community to know is, even for students, like in your case, you were already bright, you were already doing really well. But I have a lot of students who are struggling with math, and they hate going to school because they're like, they go to a classroom where they're like, everybody's doing really well. They're like, I don't want to even show up over here. For them, I think right.
Like I know for me personally, I struggled with math a lot because all the teachers that I got were completely awful. Like my AP stats teacher this year did not teach us a single thing this year. He was always reading emails. I walked into that AP test. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I tried to self-study, but there was like a month before the test and I was like, I don't know what to do. And like I know before that too, with like, because my freshman year was online, it was COVID, and I did fine because it was just it was like algebra, like geometry and stuff like that. But I like struggled with math a lot, and I felt like there wasn't enough support. And I know like at community college, because it's community college and stuff, they have a lot of support. Like they have an entire like math like resource center. And I know like I have friends that go to West Valley, and their teachers are like super caring. They're like always open to help, and they have like a math support center. So I'm like super excited about that.
Does middle college have an age requirement? Like, do you have to be 16 by the time you know?
You just have to be a junior.
You have to be a junior. That's it. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Pundalik, is there anything else I missed out on asking? Like, what else should I have asked? Like this?
College Advantage is only for seniors. It's not for juniors too.
And usually how, like, how many candidates they select, right? I mean, I know they have certain limitations.
Yeah, so for middle college, there's 50 juniors and 50 seniors. So middle, like if you apply as, like if you apply your sophomore year to be a junior, there's like 50 spots here pretty much like, it's not terribly hard. And then I know for seniors, it depends on how many people go to the college advantage program or don't to do the program anymore. I know there was a handful of people that did get in this year too.
Into the middle program, in the middle.
Yeah,
program.
So basically the reason I asked that question, right, if you enter in the junior year, it is easier to get in versus senior year, because senior year will completely depend upon like how many positions are available, because in theory, right, let's say if all of those students, right, go to senior year, then there is no place for new students, right?
There was like 8 spots or something, but for seniors, but I saw there were a lot more people that got accepted, so I'm pretty sure like a lot of seniors like either like go into the college advantage program or something.
Do you know how many apply for these programs in the junior year? Ballpark, are we talking about like?
I'm not sure. I know there's like a handful for.
The like 10%, 50%?
It really depends on how many people hear about the program. I know one of the questions they asked me in my interview was like, how could we get this program like more widespread so other people could hear about it? But at the same time, they don't want a lot of people to hear about it because that's just more work for them. Sure. So yeah.
Is middle college offered at all community colleges, or are there only a few community colleges that offer it?
I know specifically there's a link between the Campbell Union High School District and the Los Gatos High School District, and they partner up to create the program, but people outside of those districts can apply too. I don't think all community colleges offer this program, but I'm pretty sure people that apply out of the district, there's like a process you have to go through, but I'm pretty sure you can still do it.
Got it. Okay. All right. Cool. What else? Did I ask all the questions, or is there anything else you want the audience to know about as a part of their process?
No, maybe another thing is like how you're thinking, right? From like, because she always is asking constantly, saying, right, okay, what should I do? Now, actually, she's asking me if I should do mechanical engineering, right? So anyway,
another turn.
But anyway, so do you see like, the reason I'm asking, right, is do you see, that kind of, okay, you're trying to figure this out, right? So do you see any advantage in taking this path versus?
Well, like the thing with community college is you're doing all your lower divisions, like because like first 2 years of college you're just taking all your lower division classes. So I feel like if you get those out of the way, there's like more opportunity to learn about what you want to do. And I know that the West Valley is like a super good like counseling team too. Like if you're a junior or a senior, like at middle college, you're required to take counseling 005, which is basically just like supposed to like help you with what classes you should take, what you want to do. So I feel like if you don't know what you want to do, then this program might be beneficial, because like the classes you're taking are college classes, so you might get like a better gauge of like what you want to do.
Wonderful.
Also, I know if you're planning on transferring to a UC, West Valley has the transfer administrative guaranteed program with some of the UCs. So if you're going to a specific school, like the schools of arts and letters, for specific UCs, then they will automatically admit you. You just have to maintain a certain GPA, take certain classes, and yeah. And I know like there's also a website called Assist, and you can look at transfer agreements. So you can make sure, like, if you really knew what you wanted to do, then you could look at the transfer agreements and make sure you're taking specific classes that would help you towards your degree at whatever, like CSU or UC that you want to go to.
Yeah, the combination of assist.org and the TAG program, which is the Transfer Acceptance Guarantee, has made life for a lot of people easier. But at the same time, TAG is not guaranteed for all majors. TAG is
Yeah, I know like mostly they exclude like the School of Engineering and stuff like that. So you have to apply like the Common App and stuff.
There's still some requirements around that, but it's still nonetheless. I mean, I don't think people should get overwhelmed or scared of that process, because all it means is there's no acceptance guarantee. It doesn't mean you're not in. I mean, the fact is they still have a quota and they'll still process your information. Wonderful, Bacha. What else? Anything else that we missed out? Or so proud of you. I'm so happy that you're speaking these things so much from your heart, and you're looking a lot more confident about things, and you're telling this to the community. So what else, Bacha? Anything else that you want to tell everybody?
I don't think so. I think that's like pretty much like the entire.
Wonderful, wonderful, great. The point that you were talking about, what you're realizing that there is a need.
Yes, yes. So again, the whole thing, right, is really about this awareness, right? That I mean, this whole community college, right? We kind of look down, right, upon them. But I think, and of course, it's not, again, every kid is different. See, I mean, I go back to that thing, right? That as a parent, right, I think more than me trying to kind of push them in certain direction or certain university, right? I think as a parent, right, my number one thing is try to understand them and try to really create that environment for them where actually, I mean, it's like, what I really feel proud, actually just now what you have seen, right, how confidently she's talking and the level of clarity she has. I mean, I wish I had that level of clarity when I was of her age, right? But she's making these decisions by herself. And again, one thing is, so again, coming back to that, right, actually one thing that I'm realizing specifically from community college perspective, right, everything after talking to her, the way she explained the things to her, also talking to other parents, right, is, it's really about, okay, community college is about, okay, if you're not clear about what you want to do, right, maybe there are few things that you missed out on something, because, we always are in such a hurry to get to our goal, but sometimes, it's okay to kind of, okay, get in an environment where actually, there is a more space for you, more kind of, attention, from your basically staff, right? I mean, all your teachers and everything, different kind of environment. And you just want to try to figure out. So community college, the way I'm seeing right now is for any kid who wants to they're still kind of, in exploratory mode. They still want to figure out, right? I mean, that what they want to do and, kind of get exposure to college. And I think that middle college, right? And I wish we would have known this when she was in her junior year, because I'm sure it would have helped her significantly, because, she's the kind of person who's constantly introspecting. So she doesn't just come up with this thing, ideas randomly, right, in her mind. I mean, she has, like, when I ask her, like, why you're thinking like that, and she has very good explanation why she's thinking like that, right? She could articulate that. And I think that is the most important thing, right? So I think just creating, that kind of environment for them and, kind of pushing them in that direction, right? And so that they can make those decisions for themselves. That is what I'm realizing through all this process.
I think what a lot of students do is they haven't figured out they want to do in some cases, or actually I would say in most cases, and they end up using college as a way, as a place to discover, and that's okay. Nothing wrong in that. And there is one set of students who kind of are doing really well in their grades, and they're like, I'll figure out in college where I want to go. There's one set of students who have not blossomed at all. They are still very stressed out. They have not had a chance to really blossom in high school. They will take maybe another year. So so much easier to blossom in a community college when you're still kind of, you still have mom's soup being cooked in the night, and you haven't left the nest yet. And I think that in some ways, I think what Nupur is use the nest as a way to blossom for a while and then slowly, take off you.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So every kid, they take their own time, right? And let them take that time.